Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Problems of the Week, Week 1. Our theme for this week is School Carnival. Before we get started, I'd like to make sure that you, in fact, have your POW in front of you with a nicely sharpened pencil and a calculator, because calculators are allowed to help with that computation if needed. But you do need to show kind of your thought process and your work, so that's what we're going to kind of work through today on our first POW. Let's start with Monday. All right, Monday's question is, Polk Elementary School was putting on its annual fall carnival. The school was selling 10 tickets for $1 or 2 tickets for 25 cents. Which is the better buy? Oh, explain why. All right, now, excuse me. What I have here is 2 different increments, okay? So I see that the first is 10 tickets for $1. Oh, that's awfully thick. Let's try that again. Let me thin that up a little here. Sorry. 10 tickets for $1, or my option is to get 2 tickets for 25 cents. Well, that's kind of like comparing apples and oranges. You know, $1 and 25 cents, those are 2 different amounts. But I do know that I can use 25 cents to get to $1. So I'm going to come over here where my workspace is, as should you. And I know that 10 tickets is $1. Okay, we know that. So if it's 2 for 25, how many quarters would it take to get to $1, right? Think of those nice, big, shiny quarters. And I know that in order to get to $1, I need 4 25-cent quarters. Okay? So that means that I need to take that 2 tickets and multiply it by 4. So if I have 2 tickets for 25, let's add up to $1. So 2 tickets for 1 quarter, 2 tickets for another quarter, 2 tickets for another quarter, so that's 75 cents. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters, which we know equals $1. So my question to you is, how many tickets were I able to get with that particular deal? 2, 4, 6. For that, I'm only able to get 8 tickets for $1. So let's go back to my choices. 10 tickets for $1 or 2 tickets for 25 cents. Which is the better deal? Go ahead and explain your answer below. All right, moving on to Tuesday. It says the line for the dunking machine was twice as long as the cakewalk line. The line for the cakewalk was 1/3 the length of the line for the hoop chute. If there were 12 people in line for the hoop chute, how many people were in line for the dunking machine? What? That's a lot of information here. I got like a bunch of different things going on at this carnival. So what I like to do when I have a lot of information is organize by making a list. That's a strategy. So let me go through here. We got dunking machine. I see we got cakewalk. We got hoop chute, right? So I'm going to go ahead. Those are my sort of like 3 different things here. I'm going to go ahead and make a list of these things, okay? So, and I'm going to abbreviate because I'm good like that. So you should as well. So grab those pencils, and we've got dunking machine, cakewalk, and hoop chute. Oh, silly Miss Opal. Let me fix that. Hoop chute. Okay. Now, the next thing I like to do once I kind of have my list is go and look for what I call the sure thing. A lot of these problems give you information. You just have to know where to find it. Okay, so it says dunking machine was twice as long as the cakewalk. Okay, so dunking machine twice as long as whatever the cakewalk is. I don't know what that is yet. But I know twice means 2 times 2. It says cakewalk was 1/3 of the line of the hoop chute. 1/3. Ooh, fractions already. Oh, 1/3 of the hoop chute. still don't have any for real numbers yet. If there were 12 people in line for the hoop shoot, how many were in line for the dunking machine? Ah, there's my sure thing. 12 people. Finally, a real number I can work with. All right. So now that I know what hoop shoot is, I can take that information and plug it into the other problems. So now that I know that hoop shoot is 12, for the cakewalk, I need to find a third of that. And then once I find out what cakewalk is, I can plug it in to find out how many people were in line for the dunking machine. So what I really want to know is that dunking machine number of people. Take a moment, work your computation, and go ahead and write your answer below. All right, so hopefully you got Tuesday. Let's move on to Wednesday. Polk Elementary School has 3 classes for each grade level, kindergarten through 5th grade. If there's an average of 27 students per classroom, about how many students attend Polk Elementary? All right, so I see that we have kindergarten through 5th grade, and there's about 27 per class, but there's 3 classes of each of those grade levels. So let's organize this information. So I've got kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade, okay? Now, each of these grade levels has how many classes? 3. So that means that there's 3 kindergartens, 3 1st grades, 3 2nd grades, 3 3rd grades, 3 4th grades, and 3 5th grades. Now let me ask you this. How many classrooms is that? Go ahead and pause the video here and give me a total of how many classrooms that would equal. How many classrooms? Yep, pause it. Take a moment. Do some computation. All right. So once you figure out how many classrooms that is, and I'll represent that by question marks, I'm not giving you that answer, I need to look back because I don't want to know how many classrooms. I want to know how many students. Well, let's go back to our problem. If there's an average of 27 students per classroom, that will give me my number of students. So I have 2 options here. I could take my answer of my question mark here, my how many classrooms there are, and I can add that number 27 times, or I could take my number of classrooms and multiply it by 27 kids per classroom. All right, guys, I hope you got Monday through Wednesday. I'll see you back for Thursday and Friday.